All right. As everyone enters into the area, I'm not gonna give a recap. Basically, everyone's screwed up, and now you might go to jail. Everyone decides to split off, doing their own thing. Maria, Evie already are gone. Maria took a head start, and now Evie's following after, which explains why she's not there right now. Byroth and Relta also take up different positions elsewhere.
Rotho was in the library, remember?
Relta's in the library, yes. Byroth decides to join her, I guess.
He likes reading.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right.
I'm going to fly off to a fancy restaurant. I'm going to be presidentationing myself so I can be clean. It's not like I can run water on myself to die.
That is true. Well, I mean, it'll burn, but you won't die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Okay.
It's like when you stub your toe. It hurts, but you're not dying, but like you feel like you're gonna die, especially when you stub the pinky toe.
I mean, your flesh, after a short while, begins to run off of your structure, so yeah.
Yep, so I'm better off just use the magic.
Yeah, you basically just use prestidigitation.
That is why that was my first cantrip I ever put into Caitlyn.
Let's see, restaurant. How on earth do I not have restaurant map?
Heck if I know.
I literally planned for everything except for you guys simulation dating.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have a cafe. Let's go with cafe.
Yeah, it could be a little. I don't know what kind of date she wanted. She just told me to pick her up after work. That's not a hint.
What? Did I not load my? Ah. You know what? You're going to a
Right.
bar now. I know I have bar.
Yeah, we could go to a bar.
Okay. Maps bar.
I hope she likes the bar.
Well, she's going to have to, because I can't find my other bloody maps. Okay.
Oh, I just remember what I said. I figured out. I figured out like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
So when I enter a room, I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Hmm.
You know how like when I told me like with the lore that when a terror enters a room, it feels like there's like a feeling of like dread and stuff like that.
There's a primal
Yep.
sensation of fight or flight. Correct.
Yeah.
Oops.
So hey, it's Ivan in my armor.
Nope. All gone. Everyone goes to the GM layer now. Why does this guy have so many drinks?
Um, he's doing his thing.
What the heck was I doing on this map?
You're simulating an alcoholic.
I mean, maybe. Anyways, Caitlin, you managed to get here. I'm gonna probably edit the video. Anyways, you're there.
So I don't. Do I even need to get a reservation to this place?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I'm. I mean, you've been here a while, but no one really. You don't really go out to eat. Usually food is brought to you by your servants. Ultimately, you just chose the most notable place that you know of. which would make sense
Nice.
why you went to the bar.
I've been here before. I think this place might be nice.
I mean,
I'm gonna go ask for a reservation.
it's nice enough bar, but take it or leave it. Your call.
It feels.
Right?
Oh God, that accent almost went straight. Excuse me.
Ah, yes. Hello. How can I help you?
That's the same token for the other person.
It is. There's a reason for that. Uh, I didn't think it'd come up so soon, though.
I would like to make a reservation.
Oh, well, you can simply take a. And then she notices that it's you. Oh, um, I thought we weren't. Anyway, you can just have a seat.
Oh, you work here too?
Yes, actually. I, uh, work three not shops. I work three jobs.
Oh,
Out
I
of
guess
game, she actually did. I just forgot she was on this map, though.
uh, I work too. Two jobs.
Uh, yeah, I can't exactly afford everything that this place has to offer, so I have to really, really work.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll see you in an hour.
Right. Um, I mean, unless you go to the leather worker shop, then I'll see you there.
Yep. I'm going to go and come back in like an hour.
Okay. You learn that she works at the leather shop, the alchemist shop, and the bar.
I am going to go and rent a carriage and take her out on a carriage ride.
Okay. Then you head back towards the market area then. Hmm. Where are you? Oh, I think I might have archived the stupid carriage area. Oh, I think I did.
Rest in peace, Marketplace.
Ah, whatever. Haven Shopping Center.
I was looking at the cat. Go walk around.
Okay. At this point, everyone would be back, or at least everyone that was here is here now again.
Oh, that make it random too.
So bringing them back, except for the guy that died, he's still dead.
I am going to go up to a random stall. Which one? Why not this one?
Okay. Let me look at
And
my
before
maps.
I forget immediately.
Roll intimidation.
Yep. That was supposed to be whispered, but whatever, it's just two of us.
All right. As you enter into the area and you see these two currently drinking in the broad daylight, it's roughly around not 3 a.m. That'd be way too early or too late. At 3 p.m. Both of them turn around towards you, and the one on top begins to go to the bathroom. And there's no bathroom there, so it's a little awkward. The woman seems to stand underneath him, but does not move in case something were to happen. The bartender, however, seems perfectly fine. It's weird. But he does look towards you and goes, So, other than trying to do whatever the heck you're doing, is there something you need, miss?
I would like to ascertain the location of your carriage rental station. There's one in the area.
Oh, yes, well, we do have some rentals available. If you want, you can go speak with the patron of the establishment right next to me, pointing northward where you currently see no one attending the area. They'll be back in about, let's say, 15 minutes. Fancy and drink me in the meantime.
Yeah, why not?
All right. He then shakes up what appears to be a red vial and a blue vial and then begins to mix them into a single container where a violet hued drink now sits in front of you. He slides it, well, in front of him. He then slides it towards you. All right, miss. First one's on the house. Afterwards, I can't guarantee your sobriety.
Kaylin starts drinking it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage, because he did warn you.
Yay!
Nice. Thankfully enough, he warned you, so you prepared yourself, made sure nothing was wrong, and even then, you kind of really don't need to eat or drink. But you decide to consume this, and it hits you like a freight train. Luckily enough, earlier today you got some blood, so that helps settle down your stomach. However, for a split second, you forgot everything. Your worries, your disposition, your current ailments, it was all gone in a flash. And then you're back to normal.
Pretty
So-
good.
So how'd you like to drink?
It was a flash.
Yes, that drink right there is called, he looks at his list of drink names. Happy Juice. Not my name, but just one of the ones the owner gave it.
Happy juice.
Yes, it's stated to wash away your worries. He then continues to read a passage from the little menu he has in his hand. Keeping you safe, sober, and kind. At least the first way around. The more you drink it, the more you forget, and the more you continue to want to drink. The limit is roughly 3 drinks. Afterwards, we can't guarantee anything you do.
Kind of like a potion.
Yes, similarly enough, it doesn't have any attributes such as healing yourself with it, but it does help from your day-to-day problems. He begins to pause as if you might not have any based on the way you're dressed, your appearance. You're clearly richer than him. Afterwards, though, you shoot the breeze. The people next to you don't move in case something were to happen to them because you did intimidate them with a 25. And I just rolled again, and they're sticking around, too afraid to move.
Feels bad.
And don't worry about it. At any rate, at this point in time, the merchant that was there last time finally arrives. You can go say hi or continue to drink with your new friends. People you met. Unless you're trying to gather information from them, up to you.
Oh, I was just small talk. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing? How's the weather? What time is it? Stuff like that.
Makes sense. So you get some small talk, converse, hear about what's going on in town, about a strange occurrence at night that causes strange fluctuations in magic. This superhero in town that's currently going about saving people. This strange group that is currently orchestrating things in the background. such as making sure people get cleared out of the area, such as security guards, and then dark deals get done even in broad daylight. You hear about some strange organization looking for certain members, who these people don't really know. These are just rumors going about. You then hear about another group wandering about town kidnapping people. So there hasn't been a curfew put out yet, but it's definitely a concern for the day to day. Stuff like that. You just basically get the news of the day.
Oh, so I was talking to y'all.
hmm The man then states, "Well, the man's there. Take care."
Uh,
The man in front of you seems to be a finely built gentleman. He does seem to have a blade at his side, but it could just be for protection. He then looks towards you and states, "Oh, yes, how can I help you? Here to rent a cart, perhaps buy a jewel for your companion, or perhaps a bouquet of roses." You can tell that he does have some gems, but how many? You expect more based on the way the area is structured. He's there, capable of presenting roughly 50 gemstones without problem. Right now, he's only presenting like 20 or 25.
I would like to rent your carriage service. I guess maybe roses.
Oh, certainly. Let's see, a carriage. I'm assuming an hour's ride or a full day's service.
Uh, an hour.
All right then, an hour's ride's no problem at all. That'll be about 5 gold, including the flowers.
Takes up 5 gold. Yes, so
Okay. Easy, make the transaction, and before long, you do get the carriage. What? Why doesn't my carriage just have horses?
do you know of any nice routes to take the carriage?
Um, there's some nice areas out in the forest. There, however, you should be careful. Best tread lightly out there. Right now, the area is currently being cleansed again by the security force in town. So give it about an hour, and you'll be able to go there without issue. Other than
Okay.
that, the streets seem perfectly fine enough.
I think our shift ends in an hour.
Oh, well, good timing for you then.
Yeah.
He then presents you with a dual wagon with, not wagon, carriage with horses. I cannot for the life of me find my dumb tokens. I really need to organize better.
That's fine. Appreciate it.
It's nice enough and well structured. You can tell that it could be better, but these guys are just peasants, so there's not much they can do.
That's good to get business to those out here.
However, it is well structured, and if you had to guess, most people don't get a chance to do this kind of stuff, which explains the price range.
Do you have for sale a carriage driver?
Oh, he's currently inside. You can knock if you'd like, or I can get him for you.
I would appreciate it. Get his attention.
All right. He then yells out towards the wagon, "Brian, get out here! We have a customer." The person literally gets out of the covered wagon and then presents in front of you a strange pumpkin dude. Looking towards you, he goes, "Yes, can I help you? Oh, you must be the He snaps his fingers. Um, patron?
Yes.
Great! Well, I'll be here if you need me. He then begins to rein the horses. No, in an hour. Oh, I'll still be here. He then closes his eyes and begins to nap.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, sorry about that. I have two drivers and one's currently out on route.
That's perfectly fine. I don't need the carriage at this moment.
Hmm. Well, between me and you, he's technically human. I don't know why he wears that pumpkin mask.
Maybe he just like.
Hmm. Perhaps. I mean, not many people care for non-human races here, FYI. So he's just making more trouble for himself. But to each his own, I suppose.
I've never had a problem with not human races.
Hmm. Fair enough. We all have our issues, and well, neither have I. I still have to worry about them sometimes, you know? Most of them have magic, while all we can do is brandish the weapon. So, we all have to keep an eye out for each other. I mean,
Well,
even
I
you as an.
appreciate. Go on.
He was just gonna say, I mean, even you as an elf have to be wary of other races themselves.
I think it's about. I think it's more about how you live your life, not where you come from. How you,
Ah, too true. It's unfortunate that others don't think this way, however.
well, that's just how they were raised up, and you can't fault them for how they were raised. Really. Sometimes how you're raised just sticks with you. You can't break out of it. You know?
I can see. Very fine thinking, and fair enough. Well then, miss, is there anything else you'll need?
Excuse me for 1 second. She puts two fingers in her mouth and like whistles very loudly.
Okay. You do
Like she's
so,
calling.
and
She's calling that.
and I assume your cat comes in.
Yeah, she's probably just riding on him.
Okay. I think they're still there. Are you able to move the cat?
Yeah, I'm able to move him. I was just like,
Okay.
set him up.
I'll just drag him. Oops. Never mind. You got it. Wait, I think the cat. Oh no, wait, still there.
That should be on top of him, right?
Okay. Your familiars and others come back in the area. One currently just meows while riding on another horse. Not another horse. While riding on the said horse. Oh, an equestrian, I see.
Sorts.
Well, then that's good to hear. Many people don't really care or tend to animals these days. But we do from day to day, from time to time. So long as we need them, might as well use them to the best.
I tend to think that even with those that are humanoid, treat those how you want to treat those well, and they'll treat you well in turn. Gets on the dark side of this.
With that, I can agree on. Well then, miss, I'll see you in an hour.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put on my armor because we're riding on the horse with a dress.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
there we go.
put on your armor. He freaks out, but not too much. You're still a customer after all, so he can't show too much fear. He just nods, but you can tell that there's something else behind it.
All right, where did I need to go? I think I'm just gonna like spend like downtime in an hour like riding around, just listening in on stuff that's happening going on.
Okay. Then let me go to street and delete some tokens.
Actually, so one thing that I will do is try to figure out where the dark familia are in this town, so I can send messages to revive Penelope.
That's why I was deleting tokens, because I assume you were going to do that. I prepared this a while ago. But it was a while ago, so some tokens are there.
I'm sorry, I didn't investigate that thing.
Don't worry about it. A lot of people forgot what they were doing. Doop, doop. Copy and paste.
I didn't need to like contact them for anything like important to getting to Noche. So I never
No.
really like looked into them.
Oh,
This is some Briarwood type stuff here.
oops. You basically land in the area where the street currently resides. Wandering about, you do see a few people, new faces, old faces, and familiar faces.
I don't think I've ever been here.
You. Oh wait, that's his Archer that's been here. You see some faces. Doesn't matter who. Don't really care. However, someone would be able to spot you easily enough if they knew what they were looking for.
Well, I'll make it a lot easier for them. I'll get off my horse and just take off the armor.
Okay.
That'll definitely get easy to figure out. Okay.
You easily do so, and then you see a small dog from this one tree to your right. Uh, if you got off, you could no, it'd still be to your left. Heading towards you. It's smaller than this, but I need to make it visible.
Whoa, that's not a dog.
Yeah, I'll shrink it. Oops. It begins to just yap at you. In a strange tone and manner, it goes bark, 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 as if it's mimicking a bark.
Bark?
Bark, bark.
We'll reach down to it, I guess.
Okay. It lets you pet it if you're trying to pet it or grab it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up fairly easily enough. It then bends its body to point at the tree.
I shall head over.
Okay. Heading over to the tree, you then see someone currently just sitting on top of it. You're not sure who this is, but they resemble family you've met before. Well, people you've met before. Maybe not family.
Oh, it's time to talk the vampire language. Undercommon.
Okay. You begin to speak Spanish. I think last time I made the joke that Spanish was undercommon.
So I say to them, I'm guessing you're the one that I'm looking for.
The dog begins to bark, 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 and then you notice, for some reason now, that it has wings. And then you hear it make a small yipping sound. You've never really seen this before, but then the dog begins to fly on to the tree and lands on it. You believe this is their owner. The person next to it then begins to state, "Ah, yes, it's been quite some time, miss. I'm sorry I forgot your name. I've had these documents here for a while now." She then brings out a portfolio, then takes out one page, but you can't really see, so you just feel all this. Miss Caitlin, was it?
Yeah.
Alright, I've been here for about 2 months, waiting for contact. That's perfectly fine, that's fine! I had nothing else to do. So then, miss, what can I help you with?
Caitlin takes out a letter that she wrote herself.
In Braille?
She can actually write. She just can't read it.
No, I understand, but you can also write in Braille. When you're just poking at the paper.
She'll write this one out in the undercommon language.
Okay.
I have a letter.
Letter then. Easy enough. Beyond this, is there anything else you need of me? By the way, my name's Kyle, but that doesn't mean anything to you, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
You seem rather upset, Kyle.
It's Kyle. In my notes, it has Kyle. I don't know why I named him Kyle.
What seems to be ailing you at the moment?
Oh, I was just here for about a month and a half, which, oh, I'm totally fine with half of a month. I mean, I was giving instructions to wait here for half a month and, if need be, later. And then a month after that passes, so I kind of got a little stiff in the neck.
Hope it hasn't been too bright out for you.
Oh, you manage. You can see that the tree is also canopied, so not only are the branches in the area covering her, she also laid out literal canopy around it, just in case like the wind blows too hard.
Is it still daylight outside?
It's still daylight. It's around getting closer to 4.
I'm asking her because I can't tell.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yes. Yes, it is. And I have to wait here 24/7 until my mission is complete.
Do you have anything for me then, Miss Kyle?
Yeah, I do. She then hands it to the dog, which jumps off and then hands it to you. It just butts its head on your leg.
I reached down for the document.
Okay, he just hands it to you in your hand, and then you feel it jumping into the air and then landing in the tree again. It's written in Braille, so it shouldn't be an issue. If you want, I can also tell you to speed this along.
She's currently reading.
Okay. You begin to read it, and without attitude, you get this information. There has been an indication that someone in the area has been targeting you. Please be advised and anyone around you to look out for yourselves. Beyond this, however, there is another group seeking out these shards of sin you have made mention of beforehand. Keep wary and keep an eye out. This group is known as Zodiac. They are a dangerous collective of various people, not only humans, but various other races as well. This group is hell-bent on bringing about the destruction of this area, not only of Haven, but the entire Forbidden Zone. Keep an eye out for those around you, those that decide to change about you. Regardless of anything else, make sure you survive. Any traces of you, however, that remains after your departure of life, make sure there is nothing remaining. Any advantages that they acquire can be used against you. They deal with multiple fractured groups, however, so taking down one may not result in taking down the entire organization. From what we can tell, there is one man above it all, known as the Elusive Man. We have yet to truly find him, hence the name. Beyond this, however... Yeah, I've said that twice. I really should have autocorrected myself. Okay. Beyond this, however, make sure you keep an eye out for these agents. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're companions, sometimes they're people that you work with or around you. There has been mention that they work within the section, the R&D department. I do not know which, but you can trust Ramon, regardless of any of that. And I do believe he has a way with people. I don't know what exactly he can see through them, but he can see through anyone at a moment's glance. Keep this in mind. one last message. If there's anything you need reported back, please give Kyle any missives you deem necessary. Dated roughly 2 weeks ago.
Looks like you'll be staying here for a while, Miss Kyle.
Oh, that's great, great, great. I mean, I wasn't gonna go out on the town, maybe find a cute girl or guy, bringing him back behind an alley, drain him dry, rinse and repeat. But no, staying here, almost out of my supplements. Great, great.
Would you like to stay in my house?
Hey, I'm technically not allowed to. Could draw too much attention.
Well, to each their own.
If you need me, I'll be in this back alley, inside of a tree, while my dog steals food.
Do you need money for food?
No. You can tell she
Well,
did.
if I can. Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, you can tell she doesn't need money for food. What she meant by that is the dog goes out, hunts and kills someone, and bring back the body.
Well, if you need anything, let me know to make your stay in Haven that much better.
I don't know, remember I'm here. That could help me.
Always an interesting thought.
Is there anything else you need? I am familiar with the underground world here. Well, I was informed. At least. Who knows how dated my information is now?
If you don't want to draw attention to yourself, you can always dress up as a staff at my establishment.
I have to send a message and see if I'm allowed to. Beyond that, I'll still be stuck here for about 3 days.
Yeah, so you'll be fine. So I got a date to go to.
Oh, great! Enjoy life while I'm stuck in this tree.
I don't imagine you want to take me out on a date, though.
Bork, say goodbye. And then the hound just borks at you.
Goodbye, Bork and Miss Kyle.
Have fun.
I intend to.
She says something underneath her breath, but you can't actually hear what she said. She said it in Celestial.
Oof. I have enough fun for the both of us.
You have tremor sense, right?
Yeah.
The hound seems to be a lot more dense when it steps on stuff than you think should be realistic.
He's a little squish.
Yeah, a little squish. A little dense marshmallow. Okay.
Yep, I will be talking to her often probably, and she's gonna be so upset. Has the sword said anything to me yet?
It has, but in the background, it's just saying stuff, so you're just ignoring it. While you were talking to Kyle, it goes, "Oh look, someone else you disappointed. Can't wait to see how you disappoint the date you're going to." So you're just ignoring that while you were talking to her, and now it then states, "Oh look at here, you managed to disappoint him in the end. Can't wait to see how that turns up."
Why are you so upset all the time?
You know, if I had a better contracted partner, I might be a little more happy.
How could I be better for you? Please tell me. Let me know how I could make your contracted life or animated life that much more better.
I'll have to get back on you with that one. I've had better owners, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you've been telling me that all week.
And I'll tell you it again. Although, the way you push me around, though, maybe a 7.5 now. Feeling a little
Opposed to.
generous today. Says nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna get my hair did.
I don't have a salon because that doesn't sit right with the whole map area. So you get your hair did. Actually, do I have a salon? Nope, I'm thinking of my other game.
It's important that the hair is done though.
Yeah, basically you get your hair done. These I don't know what they're called in salons, so I'm just gonna say the hairstylist then goes, yeah, you see? I was talking to my doll the other day. Wait, why is she it doesn't matter. My doll the other day. Him, his mistress, all going out this weekend. So I have some free time, you see. Then Barbara says, oh, if you have some free time, I do have a gal you can go out with. And I say, girl, my man treat me right. He may have a family, but I ain't gonna cheat on him. It's just dribble. At the end of it, she simply said, so, gal, you want a perm or something? Get fine looking for your man or woman?
Yeah.
You really get a perm?
I don't know what a perm is.
Think really curly 70s hair that does not belong on someone's head.
Okay.
Basically,
No.
a terrible afro on a white person.
Okay. Then I just. I don't know. Comb and brush my hair, wash it, all that stuff.
You got a Dow. She then continues to brush her hair while she goes, oh, and get this. Trevor? Oh, Trevor from the mob? No, Trevor from the mafia. The mob's a different thing, you know, you hear. You see? But anyways, Trevor the mob, he went out and killed someone. Oh, third time this week? No, third time today. Oh, that Trevor. Oh, yeah, that Trevor. And goes on until you're done. Oh, right, darling, that'll be about 10 copper.
I'll just give the silver.
Oh, someone's a little prissy priss. Well, come back here anytime, darling.
I do enjoy our talks.
This is the first time you've been there. It's up to you if you decide to go back, because I'm going to make that map now.
I'll probably go back at least once a week.
Fair enough. Do you head back to where she's currently working, or where you guys decided to meet up?
I will head back where we decided to meet up, and I'm not gonna be on the horse. The horse is gonna be flying in air, like secretly, like watching over us.
Okay. I mean, it has to get inside, so. Up to you.
Inside the room.
Yeah. If you wanted to fly in on top of the roof and do that.
No, I
Otherwise,
mean like when we're outside of this place.
oh, okay. It's outside currently hovering about as it let you land, and she's currently. You see that she's currently grabbing some marbles from inside the marble pouch. You know that it's actually a pouch filled with pearls. But you sense her there.
I'm just gonna knock on the door.
Oh, it's open.
I'm gonna go through then.
Oh, you're here. A little early. It's like a minute early, but doesn't really matter. You can't tell time.
I'm not good with time, so it's better to come early than late.
You then hear something in your head about to speak, and then you just growl at it.
I'm guessing it was the voice.
It was the voice.
It was the lust blade.
Mm-hmm. And then she laughs as if you told a joke, but you're not sure if you told a joke. And then she goes, we heading to the bar?
Before that, why don't we go on a little walk to an area? It'll be a surprise. Don't worry about it.
Oh, uh, all right, great. Uh, she looks. Oh wait, you can't see. Uh,
Yep. She's actually out of my 30-foot range as well.
she looks a little worried, but beyond that, she goes along with it.
Yeah, so like I'm pretty much walking her directly to this carriage.
I mean, you walking her there, she walking you there. It's hard to tell. One of you is blind.
Yeah, and my horse is what took me here the last time. So
Yeah. So getting there, it's not too much of an issue.
I will ask her like what she is. Like
Oh,
her name. That's probably an important starter.
yeah, you kind of forgot about that because I have no name plaque currently set up for her. She has a name, but it's not shown right now.
All right. What is her name, anyways?
Oh, that's right, I forgot. The name's Bella.
As in Isabella?
Yeah, in fact, my mom gave me my name. I'm Air Genasi. I mean half. The other half is well, I don't know. She never really spoke, but I'm assuming human by my structure.
Hmm.
Luckily enough, I passed for human, just with a little paler skin and silver hair. So I suppose it works out.
I do not pass as human.
Oh, I mean, you have the ears. I mean, they're extremely cute, but it's a dead giveaway to an elf or a halfling. But you're not exactly short.
I think it works out fine. No one ever treats me different for being an elf.
That's fair enough. I mean, here in Haven, there are some people that get mistreated for being others. Elves get, luckily enough, mostly a pass from most, since they have a large lifespan, and we do have a commuting trade with them with their harvest season. So if people become problems to them, we might lose a good trading partner. I myself definitely have no problems with elves. She winks, but you can't see, so she feels super awkward.
I can tell. Oh, I'm Caitlin, by the way.
As in cat?
People do call me that.
Great. You can tell she was trying to make a bantery, playful joke, but it didn't really stick well.
Feels bad.
So, what are we doing here?
Uh, Caitlin gestures to the carriage. We're gonna go on a little carriage ride.
Oh, great. You see the man's currently still sleeping. After the time elapses for an hour, he immediately wakes up. You see the pumpkin mask glow, and then he looks, without turning his body, his head turned towards you in a 99 degree. It's creepy to look at. So, where are we heading?
We're gonna go on a little ride around the forest and come back through here.
Ha! The forest it is. Hey, Richard, do you know if they've cleared? Yes, they've cleared the area. It's right around this time. Great! Then no one dies in today. At least not by this carriage ride.
At at least not by this carriage ride.
Right. I mean, it is around the time of day they clear the area to make sure. Bella's stating. None of the creatures get too close to the town. So at least, um, you know what? I'm overthinking this. This will be fun.
It should be. It should be some nice places to see.
She walks over to the cage, carriage. And when you say that, she pauses.
Uh,
Because of what you just said.
does she know that I'm blind?
It's not that difficult to tell.
Uh,
Remember, your eyes are milky white because you described that in your character.
her skin's milky white, but her eyes are like red. They're kind of like the pupil looks like damaged though.
Oh, I think I misread that. Um, Either way, I made sure that characters thought you were at least vision impaired. So
Nice.
she's a little worried that you're doing this all for her sake, but she waves it off and steps up and then presents her hand down for you
Uh,
to for you.
Caitlin will take the hand.
All right, she helps you get on.
Yep. Let me just drop my token that's not underneath the carriage.
To front. The pumpkin man then goes, "All right, romantic or just out on a fast chasing carriage ride?"
Well,
Romantic,
Bella.
please. All right, romantic it is. Doombringer, Jeff, a nice stroll, please. And then you guys
Those,
begin to head out.
those names are not balanced.
They really aren't. Heading out, you begin to have a nice stroll. It's pleasant, it's kind, it's serene. One of the areas you find is a abandoned campsite.
I know where this campsite happens.
Yeah, it's a good ways away into the distance of the forest.
Not like I can really see off the card, anyways.
Yeah. But as you're going by from area to area, he points out a waterfall, a bridge. You went over a bridge a little while ago. He then points out, and over here you can see a nice abandoned not caravan, campsite. It's fairly used. Sometimes hobos come over here and make camp themselves. You know, it's a great way to be alone sometimes.
Hmm. Good advice.
You can tell he was slowing down to for you guys to consider it, but after just saying good advice, he moves forwards.
Yo,
Let's see, forest area encounter 3. With any luck, none of the tokens are still there. Okay, no one is there. And over in the
so
distance. Go
uh,
ahead.
so Bella, what brought you to Haven, anyways?
Oh, well, I needed a new start.
Something bad happened.
Um, Not to be no, but I used to live in one of the small villages that weren't exactly. I mean, here in Haven, you know that this is called a safe zone, much like La Chagrin, the Great Forest City, and rumors of another place known as Noche are considered safe zones. Well, my small village wasn't. We protected ourselves just fine, though, and most of the people that were there could fight. We even had adventurers about and around just in case something were to happen. But after a while, the monsters just kept coming. The creatures just kept coming. Or it was as if some strange portal opened out of nowhere and just flooded the area. After one terrible week, my home village was completely decimated. No one really survived except for a handful. Unfortunately, No one really I knew managed to survive either. So without something holding me there, I left.
Caitlin tries to put a comforting hand on her back or shoulder.
She allows it. It's not as if you're not on a date. Um, so she allows it. Uh, Thanks. So where are you in Haven?
Uh, work.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Are you one of the dignitaries that are currently at the Queen's Castle?
I don't stay at the Queen's Castle, however. I come from Noche.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Um,
one of the nobles out there.
that's. I mean, I've only heard rumors. Um, but I heard it's a interesting place.
I'm not sure you'd like it though.
I mean, you seem nice enough, and I'm sure your people are kind as well. I mean,
Mm.
I've heard rumors that there are supposed vampires there, but no one really believes those stories. But, there's the whole. I mean, if this place is the city of humans, that place is considered by some people the city of monsters, where the goblins, the ghouls, the balrogs go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, of course, but if you're so used to here, that place is a juddering start to your life.
I think it could be. It's this place is typically um, Haven is more typically attuned to humans, and that place is more attuned to the monstrous races out there.
Well, I'd have to go one day. I mean, I'm not exactly completely human looking, so I might be able to fit in for a bit.
If you go there with me, you should be perfectly fine.
As in a second date.
Yeah.
She blushes, you can't tell. The pumpkin man then points out, and if you look over there, you can see a druid circle that's almost completely invisible. You guys turn, but you can't exactly see where he's pointing at. But it's this weird gray circle in the forest.
Wonder what that's all about.
Um, I, I mean, it might be some of the legends that are told in town. But of course, those are just rumors as well. I mean,
Some people say the city of monsters are rumors.
fair enough. I mean, you've heard the story of the um First Great War, correct?
The First Great War.
Oh, I mean, I'm not much of a historian, but according to legend, there was a point in time where the gods decided to try to cleanse the area, the entire Earth. The races that were created from the gods fought back, and druids began to tap into things beyond mortal means. After a time, druid circles were inscribed within the land itself to manifest greater power. Some of them are still here, some of them are gone, and some have ancient relics around them. But sometimes the circles brought out something within ourselves. Some say these circles brought about what are known as the seven heavenly virtues and the seven deadly sins. Of course, this is just a story, but it could relate to actual historical facts, so you never know.
Interesting. Very interesting, that is.
I mean, I'm not much of a history buff, but that's from what I remember.
I think you could be a nice teacher.
Thanks. The Pumpkin Man then goes on. You're not sure why he's going on, but he is. And at night, you can see the alcove grow. The alkite. Al. Man, I really need to spell this correctly. And at night, you can see the alcove in the distance glow with a radiant light, bring about a different monument. But that's inaccessible on a wagon, so we're just gonna skip that. So you know another destination that's currently out there in the forest.
Okay. Bella,
Yes.
what do you think about vampires?
Um. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, but I love the stories my mother used to tell me.
Some good,
Some good, some bad. But most of them having to do with tragedy and the hardships of love, loss, and finding true happiness. So
sounds
it's
about right.
it's a mixed feeling, but ultimately I do love the stories that were told about them.
I should tell you before, you do consider going on that second date with me too, Noche, that vampires, werewolves, monsters are real.
She laughs and then you don't laugh, so it gets super quiet.
Oh, she's Caitlin's smiling though.
Yeah, I mean, you're still trying to be comforting, but she laughs as if you were trying to tell a joke, but now becomes confused. Uh, oh. Oh, you're serious. Um, I mean, if that's true, why aren't more people turned into them? I mean, don't, once people bite you, they change? I
There's
mean,
more than one kind of vampire.
oh, okay. That's good to know. You can tell she's having a hard time with this thought. I mean, from what you can tell, she clearly thinks if vampires bite you, you change, and that goes on and on and on. So, how the heck could that be kept a secret? But you can tell that she's not terribly concerned. I mean, after all, there is a strange guy in the mask of a pumpkin driving your carriage. So, things, strange things, may not be the weirdest things she's seen today.
I'm gonna be completely transparent with you because I think honesty is the best policy when trying to pursue a relationship, right?
You're not wrong. It's a
Since
lot to take in today, though.
you did tell me what you are, so I think it's only fair that I tell you that I'm a vampire.
Good to know. Good to know. I mean, were you born this way? Did someone change you? I mean, I myself come from, well, maybe not me, but my mother comes from a continent named Lin, outside of the Forbidden Zone.
I was changed into this form.
No, I mean, no need to go on, but good to know. If only if you want to. If we become more intimate, will I change?
Only if you want to. It's always based on choice.
Okay. Then I think we should take this a little slowly.
You don't have to turn into a vampire if you don't want to.
I mean, it's not that I wouldn't want to, it's just. Uh, I mean, if I do, then I can only work at night, and who who's out at night other than strangers and weirdos. The cab driver then goes, "No, I sometimes hang out at night, so strangers and weirdos. Um, I mean, I don't really care for needles, so how can I manage blood? Um, this is a lot to take in."
Well, you did see me walking around in the daytime, right?
Oh, that's true. And you did say there's more than one. Um, I mean, does everyone have to drink blood?
A dog will help me out here.
Um, likes to. Um,
So like, it's not a requirement.
it's not a requirement. You can nourish yourself some other way, but food generally tastes not great. So they don't. Some vampires do, but yours does not. Just food kind of tastes bad most of the time, except for certain foods with a lot of iron in it.
Uh, well, there are. You don't have to drink blood if you don't want to.
Oh, uh, great.
Just make sure you eat food that has a lot of iron in it.
Good to know. You guys take well a pleasant, but now a little quieter carriage ride back into town as a fine Haven Shopping Center.
We're back.
hmm I mean, you don't need reservations at the bar, so you can return whenever you want.
Yeah, I will give her that flower that I've been holding on to.
Uh, thank you. Um, Here, I wasn't done. I was doing this in secret while we were going for a stroll. I was just gonna do it while we were talking, while we ate, but here. She then hands you what appears to be a. It's not a necklace. What's it called? The one that goes around your wrist. Bracelet.
Yeah.
Here. It does seem to be finely made and crafted. If you had to guess, she actually works at. I mean, she works in a lot of places, but she clearly works for the blacksmith for a reason. She was able to craft a very finely made, uh, darn it, blinking on the name again, bracelet
Bracelet.
without too much effort or too much equipment. You can tell it's made out of pearls, but like not terribly expensive pearls, like ones of 50 gold, 10 gold, 2 silver. But all of them are nicely polished, pristine, and definitely looks more expensive than it actually is. Its retail value is set at 300 gold, but it definitely looks a lot more expensive than that.
Caitlin's gonna like feel the bracelet so she could have a better idea what it looks like.
It is pristine, it is polished. It does have a groove like structure around it as if it's designed with something. If you could see, you can clearly tell that she engraved a few things in there, like small fairy tales, stories, depictions of things she's seen or heard about. And basically, an outlet way of presenting the world to someone that can't see it. There was a lot of thought put into this.
Damn it! I just got her a flower.
I mean,
uh,
you can tell she's super awkward, so this might be a way to counterbalance this.
okay. It's a very sweet gift. Thank you.
uh, Thank you for the truth.
I think that it's yeah, like I said, it's a good way to start a relationship.
I mean, you're not wrong, but how about we start slow? Say dinner. Um, about dinner.
Yeah. Is there a particular place you want to go to?
Um, I mean, there is a restaurant in town other than the bar. I mean, I haven't really been there myself. I work too much to do that. Uh, but there is a nice little area where we can eat, drink. It's pretty casual.
Caitlin, who is not dressed casually.
Yeah.
Uh, Lead the way.
Okay. You head over to the cafe, which I still can't find that bloody map.
I thought that's why you were referring to it because you finished it.
No, because I can't find my stupid icons.
Dude.
And this map should exist. I have a cafe area. So I think
I remember going.
I think I
I
did
think you did
archive it.
archive it
Yeah.
because I remember going there with the Bix.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that date.
Whatever. Um, you're there. You have a nice time. A little small talk here and there. She tells you about her former family. She had two sisters, one brother, two family members that raised her because her parents. Well, she didn't really know her parents. Apparently, they died while she was still fairly young. So her uncle and aunt had to raise her. Not related by blood. So after a time, they were fine, carefree. In fact, from what you can tell, and the information he gave you, she was actually going to become a bard. Well, a bard of dance. She was going to be a ballerina.
What
But
made her decide to stop?
the whole genocide of an entire town kind of does
Uh,
that to you.
yeah.
Yeah. So then she tells you before she could actually go out and do this, the town was decimated and destroyed. People fled, but not everyone survived, and those that did, the only ones she knows of, weren't part of her family. So, without really a connection to the town anymore, she up and left.
Hmm.
But she's had a pretty good time here. Most people consider her just a weird looking human. She does have the depictions of a human, but she does have some genasi powers. She doesn't necessarily technically need to breathe. She can hold her breath underwater because she doesn't need to breathe. It's a neat little potty trick, and sometimes she actually pretends to drown and freak people out while they're at a party. Uh, Sometimes she bets people she can hold her breath longer underneath while they're swimming. She has won a lot of bets this way. She can also sometimes float in the air 10 feet, but she only does this to freak drunks out of the bar she works in, or to help out with the ventilation of the leather area. She's fairly clicked in with the day-to-day people, but no one underground or no one too powerful. She's basically a good hand to have around, which is why she works in 3 different areas.
Uh, Caitlin is pretty much the opposite of that. She knows a lot of the big names, and they know her.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask a stranger, like, that you don't know that's around town, hey, do you know Bella? Oh, I never gave you her last name, which is a dumb name because I just went with it. What's it called? Peter Parker, J. Jonah Jameson. It was Bella Belladonna.
Oh God, Belladonna. That's a flower that cures a werewolf.
Oh, oh, that's why I picked it. Huh. Good to know. I mean, I just chose that name because it was close to ballerina.
Oh,
But that is interesting.
nice.
You tell her whatever you want to tell her. I mean, you already told her you're a vampire, so there's that.
Yeah, that's definitely the big one. Um, I'll tell her that a bite doesn't necessarily mean you'll turn into a vampire. It's like werewolves in that way.
You get a sigh of relief. After a bit of conversation, um, get the sensation that she's a little more up for not going so slow in this relationship.
Oh, she thought she thought a bite just straight up turned you.
A bite, a good night with each other. Let's say in bed. Uh, to each his own.
There's, I'll tell her there are ways to turn into a vampire, but um, a bite is honestly the rarest case.
She laughs a little awkwardly and a little bit of relief. But it's a nice time. Go ahead and roll performance.
Come on, performance. 18s.
It's a good date. You connect with each other, you communicate, you definitely have a great time, and you definitely continue to draw her attention towards you. After the night's done and you take the carriage back to the area where you guys first met, uh, at the carriage area, the pumpkin man was just there sleeping when you got out of the cafe. He woke up and took you here. Um,
Nice.
she goes down. She helps you get down, and then the pumpkin man goes straight to sleep again. I had fun.
We could, I could drop you off at your place if you want.
Oh, I mean, you could, but I technically live on the second floor of the alchemist shop, so it's a little awkward.
Uh, don't worry. It should be a nice, you know, thing. Can you cover your ears, please?
She covers her ears.
She puts two fingers in her mouth and whistles again, very loudly.
You see the man that drove your carriage wake up again. Yes, do you need some? Oh, never mind. He goes back to sleep. Thank you for your patronage. Come on, you bloody bastard. Get back in the carriage. You really need to work on your sleeping methods. He drags him off of the carriage and throws him into it.
That poor man. Um, I gesture for her to take her hands off her ears now.
She does so, and the last thing she hears from this guy goes, "Oh, come on, you bloody blaster. Let's get you back into your coffin." Uh, excuse me?
No relation.
It's his bed. He calls it his coffin. Think of it like a race car bed for children. Anyways, gotta go.
Insight?
You can.
I have advantage on insights. That was not advantage. It might as well have been.
You can tell he's not lying. The pumpkin man clearly is trying to do something. But apparently, to his knowledge, I already put him in the GM there. To the stall merchant's knowledge, this guy's just trying to act like, oh, this dark demonic creature with the helmet of a pumpkin and a race car bed. Well, not a race car bed, but a coffin-shaped bed. It's not a lie, at least not according to him.
Oh, on the date, I will tell her that Caitlin is blind, but she has other ways of knowing her surroundings.
She chuckles, as if it was a joke, and then goes, I had a feeling you were at least a little, uh, you couldn't see completely. I mean, uh, no offense. You have beautiful eyes, but, uh, a friend I knew that couldn't see had similar eyes, but not so pretty. She tries to deflect the awkwardness with a compliment.
You have very nice hair.
She laughs a little louder than you expect. After you told her she was blind, she clearly knows you're lying. But you get on the Pegasi and do, 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 Arcana shop slash house.
This time I won't put on the R version. I think she's had a little bit too much shock.
You enter into the fray and you don't really see a stairway leading up. You can tell this structure can house what's it called? Another floor. But you don't really see where that would be. But she looks towards you and goes, um, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. It's nice to get out and not have to deal with all the noble stuff. You just be able to be myself more than not.
Yeah, me too. I mean, all those nobles and their caviar. It gets tiring eating all that stuff day by day.
I was never a fan of caviar, even when I was an elf.
Um, Once again, you can clearly tell she's super awkward and goes, so, if you need a place to stay,
Are you inviting me out?
I mean,
She says, like cheekily.
uh, I want to, but I already said we were gonna take it slow, and that's not exactly slow. And she goes on, trying to basically trying to talk herself out of this situation.
I feel like she's low key talking herself into it.
A little low key talking herself into it. But then she says, you know what? I'll call you. Do you have one of these? She holds out what appears to be a ruby slab.
No? How much is that?
Oh, I mean, I saved up a good 3 months salary for it, but depending on how much you get paid for your noble task, it shouldn't be too much trouble. It's 100 gold.
Where do I buy one of those?
Oh, you can just requisition one through the R&D department in the police station. It's connected to their central hub.
Wait, why do you have one?
Oh, I needed it for some of the jobs I get assigned to do. Some people order in mass quantity, and they really, really want to know if it's done yet. She
And
then,
they keep checking on it.
yeah, you get it. She then points. I mean, you can't tell, but she holds up a list of messages that read at 25 messages. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Until the last one says, "Finally, what took you so long?" After 3 days.
Caitlin is looking at it as if she could see.
Uh, Actually, you would be able to see. This is a psionic device, so mentally you should be able to see it.
Okay.
But she wouldn't know
That
that.
would
She then states, "Oh, I'm sorry. There's like 25 messages that read, 'Are you done yet?'"
and
And
the last one is finally.
yes, I mean they
I,
ordered 25 plus one blades. It takes roughly 8 hours to make one. 3 days is a pretty good job.
considering.
Yeah, considering.
Would you mind looking at one of mine
Oh,
if you're
sure.
interested? I take out. I don't take out. So I don't want to show her the lust blade just yet. That's like a third date kind of thing. But I will show her. I will show her my longsword by summoning it.
Okay. While you're still on this date, the Lust Sword has not spoken up or done anything. It's weird. You honestly expected it to chastise you this entire time, but it hasn't. You take out your longsword and it goes, "Oh, this has seen some wear and tear, but it could be easily mended. It'd be a great." She says this whispering underneath her breath. It could be a great excuse to see you again. You know what? I can fix this, maybe improve it, and then later on you can pick it up.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Do you mind if I hold on to this?
Feel free to.
Uh, she moves over, grabs the blade, gives you a peck on the cheek, rushes out. I will see you later. Trips on this giant tool, rushes over towards what appears to be a water station where you submerge the metal, and then you see the not steps, the watering hole form into stairs, and she rushes up them, and you see for a split second a manifestation of a door.
Caitlin chuckles and she says, "Goodbye."
You also see. No, she might have done a great job. Um, while she rushed over towards you, kissed you on the cheek, and bolted, she slipped something in your pocket. Actually, I don't think your gown would have pockets. She slipped something in your hand and then rushed out. It's a small piece of paper. Um, you can get someone else to read it, but it's basically her number for her Ruby Slab device.
I figured that's what it was.
As you head out the door, you hear something beep on your side. It's your badge. While other people were doing stuff and you were doing your own stuff and almost doing someone else's stuff, innuendo definitely intended, you then get a message like from a robotic response being read. Please report back to the administrator's office. You are currently being evaluated and potentially being restrained. Do keep in mind that anything goes unlawfully in town is part of the police task force operational mission. If that police task force breaks the law without being assigned to a job, can lead to probable cause for dismissal and or punishment. Please report in the morning to your director's main office. That is all. So, as soon as you wake up tomorrow, you definitely need to report to the director's office, which means you finally get to meet your boss's boss. As we end your session for today.
I was gonna ask